Hi, I'm Pauline.
And I'm Katrin, and we are 8 students from the University of Applied Sciences West Coast, and we traveled to the US together with our professor Uli.
The trip was 1 year in the making and was part of our case study. Over the year we were full of anticipation and so excited when we finally left Hamburg and were on our way to Raleigh Airport in North Carolina.
The reason we flew to the US was to learn about the American way of life, meet the people, get to know them, and to find out what makes them happy in their profession. And we want to take you along on our journey. So let's go!
But first, pizza. On day 1, we arrived at the University of North Carolina, or short UNCW. Here we had a glimpse inside the everyday life of an American student. And we had the opportunity to join the course of
Alexia Franzidis. I'm an associate professor in tourism, and I'm the program coordinator for the Tourism, Recreation and Sport program at UNCW.
After the lecture, Alexia was so kind and took the time to answer our question, what is the most rewarding part of your job?
I think interacting with students. It's nice to kind of, share stories and sort of help them get to where they want to be in life.
Thereon, we had an engaging campus tour with...
I'm Chris Lance. I am the Associate Dean for Academic Affairs in our College of Health and Human Services.
One of our stops was the library that offers services we can only dream of here in Heide, like the crafts room with a 3D printer and a sewing machine. But enough of that. Same question, different person. Chris, what's your take on that?
The most rewarding part is I look out our window and I see the footprint of our college, knowing that I had and still have a big role in that. For example, the building that we're standing in, I remember when we had our very first conversation about what was the dream for what that building would look like, what was the footprint going to be, how are the rooms that look like this that we're in. I got to be at the foundation of that. And at the end of the day, the most rewarding thing are the students that I've had. Pure and simple.
Thank you, Chris. And now we would like to introduce you to...
I'm Dolores Williams. I'm a volunteer with Community Enrichment Initiatives, Inc. It's a nonprofit that operates Willowdale Farms, which is a network of community gardens and a 2-acre urban farm in Wilmington, North Carolina.
Together we've planted seedlings and enjoyed some lovely conversations, but see for yourself.
The most rewarding part of my job to me personally is interactions with other people. Yeah. Because I'm what you call a people person, so I like to be around people. And it's about building community within the farm, well, as we garden together. And as a direct benefit is we address food insecurity in our community by providing free vegetables to those who need it.
Thank you, Dolores, for having us.
Day 2 started with an appointment with the Wilmington and Beaches Convention and Visitors Bureau, which is a destination management organization. They offered unique insights into Wilmington as a destination with regards of culture, geography, and economics.
I'm Hannah Allmeter, and I am the Communications and PR Manager.
Connie Nelson. I am the Communications PR Director for the Wilmington and Beaches Convention and Visitors Bureau in Wilmington, North Carolina. I enjoy working with the media and telling the stories of our destinations. Not just the destination story, but also the unique stories about our history and the incredible people who help make up our destination.
I would say, outside of just being able to be a tourist in a place that I love and talk about it with everybody else, it's just been really cool to see how the industry in our county has grown so much, and we're going in a really good direction, and I like to keep building on that.
After the lesson in international business at the UNCW, the students and their professor invited us for pizza.
My name is Begum Otkan. I'm a lecturer here. I'm with the management department at the UNCW. The most rewarding part of my job is when I see that I make a difference in my students' lives, that I make them curious, ask questions, And also when they say that, hey professor, I like this class, I learned a lot from your class, this is the most beautiful, greatest part of my job, then I see, okay, I did something right.
After watching this stunning sunrise and going for a quick yet very cold swim, we drove to Raleigh and toured the Durham distillery, where we met Patrick. And let's get straight into it. What do you love about your job?
Well, actually being able to speak, educate, and have good conversations, at times random conversations with different people.
We enjoyed the tour because Patrick is a great entertainer and host.
In the evening, we made our way to the NC State Fair, where we experienced culture shock. Everything was huge, loud, overcrowded, and deep fried, for example, fried Oreo cookies. But at the end of the day, it was a great experience and it's part of American culture. Good night, day 3.
And good morning, day 4. Here we had the incredible opportunity to tour the tobacco factory of Reynolds American Inc., the founder of the Pall Mall Foundation, which encourages professional development. We had an engaging and insightful conversation with Bernd, who showed us what corporate America means and that every industry has pros and cons. Interesting, right? But now the mic is all yours, Bernd.
My name is Bernd Meyer. I'm the Executive Vice President of Reynolds American. The most rewarding part of my job is to work with 1,600 passionate and proud people who are working here also for Reynolds together with me in the operations function. And I love to engage and communicate with them all the time.
We are incredibly grateful for your time and perspective.
To process all the impressions, we went for a walk in the forest near a river. This gave us the time to further bond as a group and talk about our thoughts and feelings. After a typical American barbecue, we made s'mores together with Meta and Marcus, friends of Uli. Together we talk about everything and anything, which was a lovely ending of the day.
To get the full American experience, we went to a typical breakfast diner. Afterwards, we headed off to our next appointment at Duke Gardens with the gardener.
My name is Martin Jahn and I am a horticulturist at the Asiatic Arboretum at Duke Gardens. My most rewarding part of this job is probably sharing it with people like you coming here, showing them around and giving them a perspective into nature.
We spent the afternoon touring the historical and magical campus of Duke University before fulfilling one of our biggest heartfelt wishes. Can you guess what it is? Simply unforgettable.
Another thing we associate with the American culture is the faith. That's why we attended the Sunday service at the Chapel of the Cross, where we met the lovely Perry and the Reverend Mary Catherine. And we asked Perry, what do you love about your position here?
In a community where people truly do care about each other, and so that's been really rewarding to be a part of that.
Do you remember Uli's friends?
Hi, I'm Meta Prieto.
Hi, my name is Marcos Fernando de Araujo Prieto.
I am a friend of Uli and of his son Johan and Anna and Pia.
And their kids went to our school and we got to meet them
5 years ago and became family with them.
They were so kind to invite us again to the neighborhood cook-off. And let me tell you, the food was amazing. And of course, on the Sunday before Halloween, we had to carve some pumpkins.
This was our week in the US. We had so much fun, but we're not done yet. One final question to everyone. What is the most important skill we need to have for the job market?
The most important skill?
Oh gosh, that's such a good question.
Oh, just one?
I have so many ideas about this.
You know, I'm going to go the ability to think critically and the ability to communicate critical thoughts.
Well, definitely you need the education and training, for sure.
I mean, I always think you can teach the skill, but you can't hire the attitude. I think attitude's a big thing.
be optimistic and like look for ways to bridge people of different backgrounds and different belief systems. And I think y'all are going to make everything so much better. So that's exciting to me.
I believe in communications.
Full skills, just being able to talk to anybody. And I would say networking, but I hate that word. I feel like it's very intimidating to call it that, but just being able to have open conversations with people is really helpful.
I think the most important skill is to be flexible and work with people who are from different cultures.
Be passionate about whatever you're doing. It doesn't matter what you're doing, as long as you have energy and you have passion and joy and fun to do it. That's the most important thing in life.
Patience, resilience, and a good sense of humor.
Patience, and number one, understand that it does take work to keep going forward.
Being willing to feel negative emotions. The truth is that life is like 50% comfortable, but 50% uncomfortable. We feel stupid sometimes, we feel lonely sometimes, and that is all totally normal and part of the process of growing and becoming a successful adult in the world.
To be helpful. Really, I think a missing thing for your generation is being able to see what's around and what's needed and take the initiative and be eager about it.
So I've learned about myself that I'm able to get out of my comfort zone, which is very hard for me because I'm a very shy person. However, I realized, especially at the UNCW, when we met the students in class, that it wasn't bad at all to talk to strangers. And I realized once again that I don't have to overthink every situation or every single word. It is more important to enjoy and live every single moment of life than to worry about what others think about me.
Furthermore, the excursion showed me that I really appreciated when someone or people around me express their opinions honestly, because I think this way decisions can be made much more effective, and I think it's very, very good to stand up for yourself. And last but not least, what I also learned is that as fast as the world is turning nowadays, that in many conversations I had with the people in the US, we kind of came to the result that everything still focused on family, nature, and community. And this is what I want to think about and to implement a little bit more in my daily life now here in Germany.
I learned to deal with some unfamiliar situations, for example, to speak a lot in English with native speakers or live with 7 other students for 1 week. And I think after the trip to the USA, I'm braver for new challenges or take some more responsibility.
Our trip to the USA has changed my thinking in such a way that I should step out of my comfort zone more often and try out new things, because it showed me that being more open for trying out things that I normally wouldn't do, like watching a football game in a stadium or going out spontaneously, can result in many beautiful memories. So from now on, whenever I'm afraid of trying out new things, I will remember how we did things in the USA and in how many beautiful experiences it resulted.
I think what influenced me the most was the value of community in America. There was always a certain sense of community, whether through the American flags in the front yards, or through football games, or through the shared identification with the same university, or through joint activities in the same neighborhood. And after briefly becoming a part of these communities by myself, I realized how good this feeling is and how important it is to have good people around you in order to feel happy. And therefore, I also learned about myself that I should be even opener and that I should welcome people with open arms in order to create memories which could last for a lifetime.
This experience also made me realize that even small decisions can positively impact my surroundings. I was particularly inspired by my encounters with local people because they were open-minded, friendly, and welcoming. Interacting with environment and culture highlighted the importance of being respectful and considerate of different ways of life, traditions, and cultures.
And that's it. Or do you have anything to add, Pauline?
Nothing from my part. The girls summarize it so well. Do you have anything to add, Katrin?
Yes, I would actually like to take the time to thank everyone who accompanied us on our journey.
Especially a big thank you to the Pommer Foundation who made this trip possible.
And how could we forget our professor, Dr. Uli Reinhardt, thank you so much for taking us on this trip and for all your patience.
Thank you for watching. We hope you enjoyed it, and bye!